Before I get started, I wanted to tell you that I ordered some parts from AliExpress to customize my frying pan, and the guys were so nice that for that black sticker, the one that you put on the hood like on those muscle cars, they gave me a glove for my delicate little hand. Amazing. If you're like me, you've probably experimented with just about every form of note-taking, analog and digital alike. Digital tools promise boosted productivity with each update, while analog one offers that familiar tactile experience that many of us grew up with it. Studies actually show that both methods have cognitive benefits. Digital note-taking supports certain types of memory and efficiency, while the analog one can enhance comprehension and retention. Personally, I found that the best approach lies somewhere in between, like here. A balance of physical handwriting and modern digital convenience. For example, I'm using my notebook to basically track like everything that I do on a daily basis. I've made some videos about that. It kinda works and it doesn't take like that much time. Basically, handwriting really keeps me like in a more personal connection between me and the reality, because having that many digital devices really disconnects me. Over the years, I've tried nearly every option on the market, multiple iPads, Windows tablets, Android, you name it, but every one of them had some compromise that ultimately broke the deal, and that is the blue screen. Basically, my eyes get really strained when I'm trying to read from a phone. For example, if I try to read a book or maybe an article on my phone, after 10 minutes I feel my eyes being a bit dried, and when I look at them they are also a bit red. So I try to read from iPads that are, I don't know, 10 inches, and it's kind of the same thing. It's not about the size, but it's about the technology. So as a solution, I had to dive deep in a technology that is a bit niche, I can say, and basically a technology that everyone recognizes it as one brand, Kindle. But it's not about the Kindle, it's about the technology itself. Let me remove this thing from here. Well, this is a generic wallpaper, I guess. I want to talk about the technology itself. Of course, I tried to search for a Kindle, but you see, this device right here, it's a Note Air 2 by Books. I don't think that a lot of people heard about this brand, but it's basically a brand that makes e-ink devices with Android, which is I love this. I don't know if a lot of people really care about this, like what OS these devices are using, but for me it's like heaven, because I can have the upsides of a Kindle with the upsides of an Android tablet. Battery life is measured basically in days, not hours, and the screen is easy to the eyes, perfect for long reading and study sessions. This is the thing here, because this screen, even if it has a light, because it's an Carta display, it basically reflects the lightning from the ambient. So when I'm switching off my cheap AliExpress lights, basically you can't really see that much. Oh, actually you can, because I have another lamp, but if I turn it off, you can't see anything, just my hand with my glove. Why is this a big thing? Because it basically doesn't really have any light that comes to your eyes, and you can basically read from it like a paper. And let me turn it on. Hold on a second. Alright, so, wait, this is a book that I was reading. Oh yeah, I have such a good selection. Let me turn off right now the lights. It's a Carta, so that means it has a front light, not a back light. But it doesn't have like any blue light thing that is coming from phones, because this is the kind of light that is coming, I don't know, from your ceiling maybe. And it's cool because it has this thing called temperature. It's basically like night shift, and it kind of makes the screen more warmer. And this is a cool thing because in the night before sleeping is really cool and like really warm for your eyes to read with these settings on, and it's like really calming. I don't know, I just feel cozy by using this setting. So this is an Android, but is a heavy modified version of it, which can make it a bit confusing to use it at the first hand, because this is the main menu basically, and you have just the main menu with a bit of modifications, like you have the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, some control center with more widgets. You have the volume because this thing has a speaker. This thing has USB-C, a speaker, a microphone, nothing here. It has the magnet for your pencil, nothing here, and a lot of metal. And you saw that this thing is so subtle, like you can look at the USB-C how thin this thing is. Barely fitted there. So yeah, here you have the notification thing, but I don't really have anything right here. And you have a store, their store. I never used it. It's funny for me that they have a section called the banned books. Like, you really want to check it out, but I never did it because they are banned. You have the note-taking app, which I'm not opening it because it's my personal stuff. The storage, this thing has 64 gigs of storage, 4 gigs of RAM, and Android, I don't know what version. You will see that it has an update firmware that I have to do it, but I never did it because I don't really care about it. The apps thing and the settings menu. So yeah, on the apps thing you can see that I installed, just for curiosity, just for myself, Reddit, Facebook and Chrome to see how this thing works with an ink display, and it's really amazing. Let me show you. It's connected to the internet. Also, an interesting thing is that by connecting to a Wi-Fi, I have this thing called hotspot. Where is it? Hotspot, and basically this thing can work like an extender from my internet. It can basically receive internet and give further away, which is a cool thing for a book. Let's say, for example, I enter the Reddit. This thing right here, it's cool because it's basically an iPad but with an ink display, so you basically are reading from a paper, things that aren't meant to be read from a paper, and this is like really pleasant for your eyes. It works so well, like I really enjoy it. The cool thing is that because it's an Android, you can watch videos as well. So let me open Chrome, open YouTube,
really long clocks, and that's cool.
You can watch videos on a paper. It doesn't really work that well. You have some refresh rates as well in the settings, but I don't really use them because they all suck. This is the reading mode, but the best one doesn't really work that well anyways with the videos because it's an e-ink. You don't have to do this to yourself, but it works, and this is really great for me. This thing has some upsides. For example, the battery lasts me like 3 weeks. The screen is really clear. It has over 200 pixels per inch. And the best thing about this tablet is that the screen is so bad comparing to an iPad that you don't really want to stay on it that much online. And this is the best thing for me because it controls me. Usually when I open my phone, I stay on the socials too much, but because I have such a bad screen, I don't really want to stay that much. And I just want to do what I really have to. This is the best thing about this device, because comparing to an iPad, this thing sucks. It has also some downsides. Books in particular can be a bit fragile. Being so thin and so large, it can be a bit fragile if you don't really take care about it. Books customer service is hit or miss. Their software builds violate the GPL license, raising the ethical and privacy concerns because it's such a modified version of an Android. The prices are steep because these are still a very niche device. The UI, while it's improving, can be a bit confusing and unintuitive. Like right now it looks okay, but I think it looked worse in the past. And like any other Chinese brand, Books releases too many devices too quickly, often abandoning software support prematurely. But as an ink device, if you really want a tablet that has ink and a bit of freedom, I really recommend these devices. The batteries are great and they are really flexible if you value freedom but you also want to take care a bit of your eyes.